First and foremost, with LAK, we are people who've done this. We're not academics, we're not theoretical, we're not consultants in the traditional sense. We're practical leaders who've been in roles. We believe that culture and strategy coming together needs to be intentional. You need to go after culture on purpose. Not because it's the right thing to do, not because a book told you that it's the right thing to do. You need to do it on purpose. We help you get there. We don't talk with HR and OD language. We talk with regular terms that an average manager, really smart people understand. And we get down to business outcomes. That's our focus. To me, the importance of culture is that culture is everything in an organization. It's why it helps bring strategy to life. You know, if you don't have a culture that supports strategy, you're going to be hard pressed to achieve your goals or sustain goals. It's why talent comes to your company. It's how you keep talent in your company. It helps, it's brand building for an organization. You can think of a lot of examples of companies that are great products, good brands from a retail or product standpoint, but no one wants to go work there. So if you don't have that culture in there that is attractive to the external market from an employee point of view, attractive to the internal employee base, it's going to be hard to sustain your results. So we have this philosophy around culture at LAK Group. We compare it to an Oreo cookie, right? If you think of an Oreo cookie, you got two wafers and you got your middle. Without the mushy middle of an Oreo cookie, it's just another cookie, right? It's a vanilla wafer, it's a chocolate wafer, it's whatever. No differentiation. What differentiates an Oreo cookie is the center, right? And culture is the same way. If you can't differentiate the center and build the center in an organization, then it's just another cookie, right? If you want to be an Oreo cookie, you got to build in the middle. So our approach from culture standpoint is align the wafers, make sure that the senior leaders know what they want, make sure it's clear to the organization where we're going. But now let's create the magic in the middle and build the capabilities of leaders in the middle of the organization. So the middle in an organization are your managers, your supervisors, your directors. They're the people who touch the greatest part of an organization. If you think about a general structure in an organization, your CEO and his or her top team, they don't touch a lot of people, not physically, but relatively, right? They influence a small quantity of their direct reports. But the further you go down in an organization, they touch everyone. They touch the customer, they touch the community, they touch the employees. If you want to make change, talk to the people that influence the most in the organization. So that's where we believe the magic really happens. So our process that we use at LAK takes, it's very intentional in that we take people through this whole alignment and definition stage up front, where we focus on what is the current state of the culture and what do you want the future state to be. So we align and we define those elements of the organization. Then we move into this anchoring stage, which is the most important stage because it brings it to life. This is where we start at the highest levels of the organization and work our way down to get people to understand, how do I show up every day? What behaviors need to change? What have I done in the past that I need to freeze and stop doing? And what do I need to unfreeze and start doing moving forward? So that we take people through that process intentionally, top down through the organization. Then we enable the organization to take it from there. We don't want people to walk out and say, hey, LAK Group shaped our culture. We want people to walk out and say, wow, we had a partner who helped us shape our culture and we delivered it in the organization. So we are intentional about training people internally who are kind of evangelists of the process, and they take it to all levels of the organization from there. And then we circle back around after that's been done, probably maybe 60 days or so later, and we do some follow-up sessions with the leaders to check on how it's progressing, what's worked, what didn't work, what do we need to change, and we make adaptations along the way and help them with some sustainable measures to really check on how progress is moving. So You need that alignment up front, you need ownership and accountability, and you need some sustainability tools to make sure that it's really anchoring itself in an organization. Our resources that focus on culture shaping are our people, right? We're not hiring contracted workforce that have done that. There are staff, there are people who have worked in healthcare, there are people who have worked in manufacturing and in consumer goods and have led these kind of initiatives throughout their career. Some with LAK, some before they've come to LAK, but we've handpicked our consulting team that focuses on culture shaping because they've had that experience.